How are you all doing, folks, and welcome back to a very special edition on ALCHEMOTO. Today is the new bike reveal, so yeah, looking forward to this one. So we're not going to go far today. As I say, we're just going to reveal the new bike, and once we get out of this junction, that is. So we're in Stalybridge at the moment, which is my homeward town. Well, just out of it actually, but we are going to go up towards Dovestones, I think, and do the bike reveal. So anyway, folks, this is the new bike. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go! So what do you all think? Is that a surprise? And a couple of you already knew the secret was let out of the bag if you're on my personal Facebook. But yeah, here she is, my 2019 Triumph Tiger XCA. So yeah, this is the second bike to accompany the 48 in the garage, and you know, this has been going on now, as some of you know, for probably 12 months. I've been going on about the second bike, and what bike am I going to buy as a second bike? So with all the to-ing and fro-ing, backwards and forwards, and you know, I got sort of sick of hearing myself going on about it. This is the conclusion that I came to for the second bike to buy. And what a machine! I'll tell you now, I've been riding around on and off today, just getting used to it, because it's a completely different beast. Just getting a feel of it, obviously, and I've done about, I don't know, 50 miles, so it's not a lot. Just to settle into it, because obviously the riding position and everything is completely different to a 48 with your legs stretched out. But I tell you what, them brakes are something else. When you're used to a single disc on a Harley, well, an Harley 48, a Sportster, getting used to these twin discs with the Brembo front calipers is, yeah, it's just night and day. I don't think I've used the back brake once, but then again, I've struggled to find it before, because the little brake pedal on this is set a lot further back to where I'm normally used to. So, so what we're going to do is just going to ride off up into a little bit of scenery and do a little walk round of the bike, and on the way we'll just explain to you why I came to this conclusion. But yeah, I'm so glad I did. Okay, so originally I wanted to stick with the Harley theme, and part of that was obviously something as well for the better half, for Alison to enjoy and be more comfortable on the back of the bike with, and that wasn't happening. You know, we're not getting any younger, and funny enough, it was 5 years yesterday that I got the 48, so that's a lot of time has moved on, and the bones aren't getting any better, and obviously suspension's not the best on the 48, so I needed something that was more comfortable for longer distance. And after doing the Highland Fling for the last 3 years and touring around Scotland, even last year, I decided that it was just a little bit too much on the old bones. And yeah, you could do it, but why do it uncomfortably when you could save that for some of the shorter ride outs and the Sports of Sickness and the meeting, you know, the Harley meetings and what have you, and get something that's a little bit more comfortable for going out with the missus, touring the longer distances. And also the other thing which I've mentioned is going slightly off-road. Not mental, we're not doing any mega off-road stuff and big jumps and things like that, but we're talking about some forest trails and tracks and things like that, which you know, interest me quite a lot as well. And it's just to diversify the channel a little bit and give you guys a different perspective on ALCHEMOTO. Okay, so the XCA originally, and for the last couple of months of making my mind up what bike I was going to buy, my heart got set on the XRT, and which is the more sort of road biased version of the Tiger. So the XRT is the top of the range 800 with all the bells and whistles on, and that obviously has got the 17-inch wheels, slightly wider front wheel, and the cast rims, so it's more road biased, and that was what I had my heart set on. But then, because I started thinking about some of these lanes more and what you get with it, even though that can handle it, it has got an off-road mode on it, I didn't want to get caught in a situation where I wish I'd have gone for something a little bit more off-road based that's still as good on the tarmac, and this bike is just as good on the tarmac. Obviously the XRT, you're going to be slightly better and faster on the turn-ins because of the front wheel, but I have been trying to throw this round the bends and I cannot see any problem whatsoever, and obviously it's going to turn in quicker than my 48, so for me that's an added bonus. So the XEA, because you have the extra modes on, and we'll go through that hopefully in a bit, because I've got 6 rider modes here, from sport mode, rain mode, road mode, off-road mode, off-road pro mode, and that off-road pro mode I can switch off the ABS and the traction control to give me a little bit more direct feel with the bike, and that is something that may or may not be worthwhile to me in the future when I get used to this bike and start doing a little bit of trail riding. But it's a bonus and it's there if I need it. The other thing is I can just about flat foot this bike on its lowest seat setting, which I'm going to have to put some figures up, which was a bonus. I wasn't sure whether that had happened until I sat on this when it was in the showroom when I decided to buy this bike. Okay, and here's another thing: 220mm of rear suspension travel, because that rear suspension is, well, the front suspension as well, is made obviously for those off the trail rides, so you're going to get more. Now I've been throwing this over the top of speed bumps and it is fantastic. I've not even adjusted them yet because these are fully adjustable WP suspension. With the front there, you got the clicks to click them clockwise or whatever to tighten that suspension up or soften it up, however you prefer. And the same with the rear, is fully adjustable. So I've yet to try it with the missus on the back, and this bike came with the side panniers, the Explorer panniers, which is, originally I wanted the full aluminium Expedition panniers and with the lift up lids, and then after seeing the versatility of the Explorer ones, that's what I've gone for. And I've just purchased the top box to match, and we're going to retro wire fit a power supply into that, which is something that's going to be on the channel as well, so you can charge all your drone batteries and GoPro batteries on the move. So obviously for touring, that is a massive bonus to me and for the channel. So anyway, yes, the XCA. So as I say, the reason I didn't go for the Tiger 900 and I was looking at the GT Pro or the Rally Pro is the prices obviously on them haven't dropped that much, with it being the newer model and the newer engine. So for around about 10k, I've got everything on this bike, which is X-Top spec 800, whereas I'd be paying more or less 14 for a Rally Pro, and not far off. I think it's 13 something for the GT Pro, and that's without the panniers. So price point, to me, it made sense getting a sort of, this is just 3-year-old, this bike, getting something that has got everything on and saving that little bit of extra cash for what is still a fantastic bike. And the 2019 Tiger, this one is sort of the last of the bunch, so it's got everything on you could wish for, and the last of the engine mods for the 800, and I think 200 changes from the previous model Tiger. So you've got an awful lot of changes to make this bike the best of the bunch and the last of the 800, so to speak, before they went over to 900. So to me, that was sort of important, to get the best of what I could for the money I had to spend, and that's why I chose the 800 XCA. Okay, so what do I think so far? Well, okay, what I have noticed and being on the motorway, or the freeway if you are from the US of A, is the front screen, which is adjustable on the fly. Okay, I just get a clear mode. We can just pull that back and then drop it like that, so we can lower that down. Now, even in lower position, I've been trying this, I'm not getting any wind buffeting on my head whatsoever. There's a little bit as the speed picks up, but what you'll find is just by raising that to the top, I can hear the wind tone change just on the top of my helmet, but nothing in between. So I'm not sure until I download this footage what the sound's going to be like from when on the 48 we were over sort of 60 mile an hour and we had a little bit of wind noise coming through that mic, which, as I said, I would have to put a dead cat on, and I'm wondering whether I need it now with this. So that is going to be an interesting point once I download this footage, and I'll find out. So the screen, fantastic, something I'm not used to, because the dart fly screen on the 48, even though it does a fantastic job of taking the wind off your chest, you're still getting that buffeting, obviously, because it's still a naked bike. So with this, massive bonus for me for when we're on the motorways and on the longer distance travel. So I've really noticed that straight away. Second thing is, I have got these wind deflectors on the grips as well, which is going to keep that cold off my hands, because, as you know, you probably can't see because I've not got any rear facing camera at the moment, but I've actually switched to the Triumph jackets, but I'm still wearing my Harley fingerless gloves. Purely because we're getting used to a bike, I can still access all the switches while I'm getting used to them. And plus I've got the wind deflectors on, so that's a massive bonus again for me. So that again is something I'm not used to. It's got heated grips on this bike. It's also got heated seats for rider and pillion, so can't complain there, can you? So what else? We've got cruise control, dedicated cruise control, which is there. Something else that I'm not used to having on a bike, so that is a fantastic added bonus, especially when you're doing those long motorway rides as well. We can knock the cruise control off and take it easy. How fantastic is that going to be? And the most important thing on this bike, because you know, every time I get on the bike I always tell you what temperature it is, or thereabouts, because it's what I've read on my weather app. And I can safely tell you now that outside temperature is 15.5 degrees Celsius. Exactly. How cool's that? I don't have to guess anymore or go off the weather app. I can tell you whether it drops or whether it climbs. So there, it's on my dashboard. Temperature gauge. Brilliant. I just noticed there as well, because my lights, I should have the DRL lights on, I think, when my switch is flicked forward. It's showing my, I don't know, it's my dip. I've got to sort these lights out. Duststones Reservoir, car park full. I was going to go in there, but days like this now, it's a bank holiday weekend, that car park is going to be rammed. Beautiful view. But it gives us a chance to test the bike on a few of these twisties. That is fantastic. I'm still getting used to the bike, so I'm not going to do some mega lean-ins, but it feels so easy and light. I'm in sixth. I didn't even realise I was in 6th gear then. So there you go, I'm throwing the bike round corners in 6th gear already. But it just wants to lean on its own accord. Just a little bit. What are you doing? What are you doing, you muppet? Oh, I'm loving that. This is the first chance I've had to just throw it around the corners a bit, but you don't have to move the bike at all. As long as you follow your nose, it's there. Point and it goes. Wow. I can get used to this, and I'm not, you see, with the 48 you've got to throw that weight into the corners. you know, point and steer with this. It's so light on the steering. That is pretty amazing. And for overtaking power, that was 5th gear. No messing whatsoever. You know, you've got to be careful it doesn't catch you out though, because it's doing most of the work for you. But that is an absolute breeze. So we're just going to pull over here now. And give you guys a walk around the bike, and anything else I can think of that I forgot now to mention, because there's so many toys on this bike. And there's your gear selector. You can currently see it's just turned to green for neutral as well. Big RPM gauge there, and obviously your speed in the middle. We've got miles per gallon showing around 58.2. There's a second gauge there, which is your true one, but it won't show that up because I've just filled the tank until I've done so many miles, and that'll give you your average. Currently showing a 226 mile range. So that, folks, is a lot better than what I'm used to. Let's just see these lights here now. That's it, yeah. So my DRLs is the forward switch on that. That's the LEDs on the front, the daytime running lights. We've got the mode selector here, so we can select the mode. And then you've got your rider modes there, which you can flick over. So we've got road, sport, off-road, off-road pro. That's a, you can configure that one. I think that's the Stig actually. You can configure that one to whatever mode you want, and obviously rain mode. So there's road, and we're going to put that in sport mode for the way back down and see how that handles. Okay, it doesn't automatically adjust your suspension, I don't think. I think, is that a thing on the 900? I'm not sure, but still. And then if you flick this button here, we can go into this configuration for riding modes, and there it shows there: rider, rain, road, sport, off-road, off-road pro. And then I think we can just flick back there. Bike setup, indicators, you can have automatic or manual, ABS on or off, traction control, and obviously that one's a service light there. Trip meter, display setup, you've got your themes, brightness, visible tray showing what you need on there, like clock or temperature and things like that, and then gear shift indicator, you can switch that on and off, I think. So plenty of things there to play with. We've not gone through them all yet, so I will do that at my leisure. And then the home button there switches back to that screen there. Okay, let's have a look at the bike. Okay folks, so this is the bike. Wow, look at that. So of course I've removed the panniers at the moment. I've got the side panniers, but I've not fitted the correct top box yet. It's got the Givy mono key rear rack on there at the moment, so that's got to be removed. So there she is in all her glory. So you can see now with the XCA how we've got the difference with the wheels. We've got the nice fat wheel, which is the same as on the 48s, which is the 150/70 17-inch rim, and the 21-inch spoked front wheel, which is I think it's a 90. Where are we there? A 90/90 21 on there, with the, I think the 90/10 split tyres, so 10% off-road. So they got a little bit of grip on there, but they're only going to be good on gravel and not wet grass or anything like that. You'll need something a bit more substantial. So yeah, the reason I went for the Explorer panniers is it's nice and neat. You've just got these two clips on here and this bar rail here, which isn't obtrusive. With the other ones, when you take them off, you've got that big sort of cage dangling down, and it's not bad, but to me it just gives the bike a cleaner look when you're running without the panniers. So what I'm going to do is this Givy or Jivy rack is going to come off, and I've got the sliding bracket then from Triumph to go on there. That'll fit the top box, and it's not a powered one, but we're going to make it powered and have some USB connections inside for charging all the batteries and GoPro stuff and whatnot. So originally I was going to go for the gunmetal, or the grey silver XRT, and when I saw this in the show with this pearl white, I don't know if you can see it there, it looks flat white, and when the sun hits, it's got a beautiful pearl. It's got like a bluey colour in it, bluey green. Absolutely love it. So you have a standard accessory socket, which is here, and I've just purchased this, which obviously gives me my USBs to charge my phone and my GoPro when I've got the new GoPro mount on here. I don't want to set the GoPro back somewhere here, maybe, if I can, so I'll look out at doing that. You've got adjustable levers for clutch and brake, which is fantastic, because I found that when I first jumped on it after picking the bike up, it was too far back. So we've adjusted that clutch lever now, or lever if you're from the USA, a little bit closer to home, so it's perfect that now. Because what I found I was over revving it. Now this is it's fly by wire, so there's no cable on that throttle. It's all electronic, and it's very, very finite. It's fine, and it's responsive, so brilliant. So the XCA comes with this skid guard as well, the aluminium skid guard on the front, and the lower protector frame here for the bottom of your engine. But you can actually purchase the top frame, which comes just around the top of the tank, because these are susceptible, I can't even say that, these are prone to snapping if you did drop the bike. You can relocate them, I believe, further up, which is something that I might think about in the future, and you can put these little blanks in here which still glow orange as well with your top one, so it gives you some extra, it's safety as well, I think, as well, and it looks better. So we might do that. We'll definitely look at putting the top frame on there just to protect the top of the bike in case we have a topple in the future. So these more aggressive pegs on this as well, if you look, they're more like a sort of MX style peg, and the pillion pegs nice thick and chunky rubber, so the better half doesn't slip off. And like I pointed out, this has got the heated seat option on this one as well, so great when the weather gets colder, as well as the heated grips as well. So I think we're fully covered there for all eventualities, because you know what I'm like riding in those colder weathers. So we've got the all LEDs on here now. We've got the DRLs, and then all LED lights plus the spot lamps as well. So again, extra bit of visibility, which is always a bonus. So again, you can see we've got the WP suspension as well, which there is the cartridge for that as well, and the adjuster's on the top of there, and the adjuster is just down here, which is just, you can just see it down at the bottom of there. It's a little bit finicky, but you can get at that to adjust that with a spanner if required. So yeah, all in all, a fantastic bike, and I'm very happy with it. It just looks purposeful, and that just blew my mind then coming around those bends. It was the first time I've given it some throttle around the corners, and it was so easy. So I'm looking forward to taking this on its proper adventure, which in case you don't know, I'll just close that lid a minute just to knock that background sound out. It is going up to Scotland on an off-road, well, not off-road, but on an adventure, and there will be some trails involved. Fully pannied up with the luggage. We are going to take it on an adventure for a week, so as mentioned last week, so looking forward to that. We're going to the Highlands and the Islands of Scotland, so that is going to be pretty mega. So we're going to get to the places where we didn't get to on the Sportsters, give you some fantastic scenery, and yeah, so rain or shine, that one, look forward to that one on the channel, guys, and I will look forward to having you along with me for the ride. Oh look, there's Sunday dinner, a pheasant. So I'm just going to include some B-roll shots now of the bike before we finish this vlog, and then we're going to get back on the bike, record down to the twisties, and then guys, we'll call it a day.
Now come on the ground, everybody's looking for you now. In what you've done now. Yeah, you look a little thin, I bet you run quick. Reach down to block 26. They'd never go for it.
Okay, so what I found with this is obviously kickstand up is you have to press the clutch in to start. So I'm going to just try and start that. Look at this lovely display. Triumph Tiger 3,700 mile. Now there we go. So it's in gear, so it will start in first, but you obviously got to have the clutch in. I'm sort of 3/4 flat foot in it, which is just enough, and that's on the seat's lowest setting, by the way. So if you want it on a high setting, you'll have to be over 6 foot, I think, to do that, because I'm sort of 5'10"-ish, 5'11"-ish on a good day. Now I've got it on auto cancelling indicators. You can actually switch that back to manual if you do so desire, so it's good to have that option, but I'm used to having that on the Harley, so we'll leave that as it is. Anyway, what a fantastic view to end the bike reveal vlog. So we're in 4th gear now. It just absolutely loves those corners. Leaving it in 4th when you come off the throttle is just giving you a little bit of extra stability on the gearing. It's not on the overrun, so to speak, so just remember that. And effortlessly, just a little bit of counter steer and then push it into that corner. A little bit of back brake on this one, and there it goes, there it goes. It just wants them corners. I mean, it's going to take some time to get used to this bike, but already it's feeling quite at home. I'm sorry about the wind noise as well. I've got the top vent open on the front vent today. It's quite warm, and there's always someone to spoil the fun. Anyway folks, thanks for coming along with me for the bike reveal today, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I'm enjoying the bike. And it's probably a shock to some of you, because I know a few thought I was going for the Pan America, and I'll just quickly say the Pan America is the reason why I didn't go for the 900 GT Pro, by the way, or the Rally Pro, because of the price point. You're looking for the S around 16k in the UK, plus to buy your panniers an extra £1,000, so you're 17k plus any other accessories before you even get on the road. That's a lot of money, and that's 7,000 more than what I paid for this bike with everything on that bike has got. So that's just the reason why I really would have liked to stick with HD and gone for the Pan Am, but finances, you know, for a second bike I would have had to sell the 48, and you know, which is doable, but obviously that's not ticking my boxes, as you all know, so that's the reason why. So with a massive saving and still being able to have a bike that's got everything on that bike has got, and this is it. So again, this will diversify the channel, so if you're a Triumph fan or thinking about getting a Triumph Tiger, there'll be lots of Triumph stuff now with this bike on the channel, as well as the Harley Sports, the usual stuff as well. So we're going to diversify. So if you're on the Triumph side, then please subscribe to ALCHEMOTO for the Triumph side of things. And remember, If you're on the Harley side of things and you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe again. Let's get me over that 2k. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers. We want to make 6,000 by the end of next year and beyond. Okay, so only you guys can do that for me. So with a little bit of support, please hit that button and do like and comment and share the video as well. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I'm going to stop rambling now. Enjoy the rest of this ride home on the new bike and park it next to the Harley, snug in the garage. So until next time, folks, ALCHEMOTO's signing out, and I'll see you guys on the road pretty damn soon. Catch you later.